Okay, thank you for being a part of Hickory 360. This is part 2 of Highway 70. Highway 70 part 1 was Hickory. We kind of left right about here and we went towards Cloninger, which would be, I guess you'd call that east on Highway 70 towards Cloninger. Now we're going to go west on Highway 70 towards what's called Hildebran. Hildebran is actually part of Belk County. Cloninger is still part of Catawba County, but we are in Hickory on Highway 70, and we're on a Highway 70 ride towards the west now, towards Hildebran, North Carolina. You got Chick-fil-A. That's the Chick-fil-A where my kids saw that Chick-fil-A line one day, and anyway, the Chick-fil-A was lined way down Highway 70 one time years ago. To your right, there's a Jim and Nick's. That's a new barbecue place. It's a chain, but it's a pretty popular, well-known chain. Now, also on Highway 70, and I'm sure I've done or will do a review of another barbecue joint a little bit down the road here, and man, my brain is slipping. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, I'll tell you about that. You just check out my reviews. You'll know that it's a barbecue place that I like a little better than Jim and Nick's. Jim and Nick's is nice if you're looking for a kind of a little bit more of an upscale kind of feel to barbecue. That would be, and I know barbecue's not really upscale at all, but it's just a little bit, I don't know, maybe you'd call it a little bit fancier barbecue joint. Here on the right is one of the older Hickory, North Carolina hotels. We're coming up on, I've got a police.
So what is that?
It's a 360 camera. It's called Insta 360 X5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what it was. I was sitting there like, okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Thanks, man. Well, there we go. We got Hickory Police there checking out the 360 camera, and he will be on this video, because you know that my 360 channel is kind of an unedited channel. I don't really cut out stuff there, but I'll tell you what, I'm always getting people looking at the camera and asking questions about the camera. Okay, Home Depot, we're getting ready to cross. This is called Lenore Rhine Boulevard. On the right is, for years and years, this used to be Mitch's, and now Mitch's has moved down the street to the left, but this is a car lot on the right. When I was a kid, my grandfather bought his camper top here, and there was a building that kind of looked like a camper top, and you know what? I'm noticing that building is gone. It's not there anymore. Kuru is a great place here on our left if you want to get some almost like fast food sushi, but it is certainly not fast food, but it's not a I don't know, it's not a real fancy sushi place. Here's Mitch's on my left. Mitch's Foreign Cars it's the place if you want to buy a used Maserati, a used BMW, a used Mercedes. It is the place in town. Been there for years and years. I'm guessing maybe 40 years. Mitch's has been. Highway 70, now this side of it is really going to all be about cars. We just passed Hendrick Honda on my left. On my right. On the left here is the Nissan place. You've got this Hickory Used Car Superstore is on my right. The next place is Mike Johnson's Toyota. So if you want to buy a car and you're coming to Hickory, you're probably going to come to Highway 70 here between the Valley Hills Mall and Belk County. And you're going to see Honda, Toyota, Nissan, and before this drive ends, we're going to get to Everett Chevrolet, we're going to get to Paramount Hyundai and Kia. So you're going to see this is the auto side of Hickory. Highway 70 is where you're going to buy your car. That's Interstate 40 that we just drove under. For years and years and years, there was a car lot here on my right called Hillside Motors, and it looks like it has bit the dust. There's no Hillside Motors, but here's the Volkswagen place on my left, and that's part of Paramount. On the right there, you saw Everett Chevrolet. But then also part of Paramount, you got Volvo and Volkswagen and Kia on this side of the road. And then when you cross over North Center Street that crosses Highway 70 here, you get to the Hyundai dealership on the other side of the road there. And that was a phone call that I have canceled, and for some reason my phone decides to play my book when the phone call came in. But now, okay, we're crossing into an older part of Hickory. Here on the left used to be what was called the Catawba. It wasn't Catawba Valley Mall. This was the old Catawba Mall, and now it has become a U-Haul storage center. To the right is the Hickory Antique Mall, and then we're going to come to another little neighborhood Walmart. Once we go through this lot and down and back up the hill, you're going to see Highway 321. Now, 321 would be the way you could take off if you wanted to go towards Charlotte. 321 would take you to Charlotte, North Carolina. And so Highway 70, 321, and Interstate 40 all kind of pass through right here, the Hickory area. This is the Hickory Village, Lumber Liquidators, Big Lots, it's just Big Lots. Big Lots are a part there. Here on the left is a building that's always been a real estate office. The Catawba Valley Chamber of Commerce is back here on the left. There's a large church has taken over this old hotel, and this is the 321 Highway 70 corridor that we're getting ready to cross over here. There's a Queen Transportation truck. Queen Transportation is just great people. I do these events called Kids Against Hunger, and so I manage and run a satellite location for Kids Against Hunger. And that might sound like it's real fancy and it's a lot, but it's not. Kids Against Hunger, the Hickory satellite location, it's basically we just have some equipment and we can help people do packaging events for food if they want to send food away, sending food internationally to help people in hunger. And we just bring out the packaging equipment and help people do these Kids Against Hunger events. And the reason I brought up that was because I saw that Queen's Transportation tractor trailer in front of me, and Queen's Transportation is very kind to allow us to when we're shipping food into this area for our packaging events. They help me take that food in and help me get that food onto my truck that I'll take it away for an event. Okay, so now we've kind of left the major part of Highway 70, and we are moving closer and closer to Belk County, which means we're about to leave Hickory. We're still in Hickory. One of the oldest memories of Hickory for me as a kid growing up was seeing this guitar in the sky to my left. That is the old, I believe it was called the Country Music Bar. And I always was very fascinated by the guitar in the sky. Up here on the right, in a few minutes, we're going to come to, I think it's a place called Synthetics, and they use chemicals and make some kind of chemical stuff. But my uncle Daryl worked at Synthetics at some point when I was a tiny little kid. Now I'm 48 years old now, so this would have been over 40 years ago when my uncle worked for this company. I think it's called Synthetics. And they always had this big, what do you call it? It's a big gas tube, and it would be to my right here in just a minute. And you know what? I wonder if that's gone. But for years and years, I thought, or not for years and years, for maybe it might have been days and days, but I thought my uncle worked inside that tube. But obviously he didn't work in that gas tube. All right, we are basically done with this part of Highway 70 because we are almost approaching. We're approaching Burke County. This is kind of the end of Hickory, and it's also the end of the car lots. I think if there's one more car lot up here, it's the Subaru dealership. And I don't know if you probably know if you're watching the video, you might have already seen that Subaru dealership. I think we've already passed it, but that is the end of the car lot kind of world. And now we are pulling into Burke County, Hildebran, North Carolina, and we are leaving. We're approaching the very end of the Highway 70 part of the Hickory, North Carolina tour. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Be a part. We'll hit all the neighborhoods and the roads in Hickory, North Carolina in the coming days.